Hello, it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. I want to show you something real quick. Don't these look sad and lonely? These are potatoes. Now, I think I've mentioned this a couple of times before, but what I like to do, I like to keep boiled potatoes in my refrigerator. And the reason for that is because you can use them for so many things, and they're already pre-cooked. I mean, it's a great way to use your potatoes. So, you know what? I'm almost 69 years old, and I still buy my potatoes by the 10-pound bag because I eat a lot of potatoes. They're good for you. Don't listen to what people say. They're good for you. And and this is something I found out recently. This is so great. If you pre-cook your potatoes, let them get cold, and then you reheat them, or use them in other dishes when they're pre-cooked, do you know that the starch gets released much more slowly? It turns the starch, I can't remember what they call it, secondary starch or whatever they call it. I can't remember what they call it. I'll try to find that article and link it. But what happens is it turns the starch to fiber, and it releases it much slowly in your system, and it actually goes through your system as more as fiber rather than starch. So, keep that in mind. Anyway, I ain't no scientist, but I'll try to link it for you so that you know, and I think it's awesome. Anyway, these sad little potatoes, these are the last two that I have left of the batch that I boiled. I had this full of potatoes. And so I'm going to show you what I like to do with these. It's easy, simple. You're going to love it, and they're delicious. Okie doke. Now all I've done, I've just cut these into chunks, just like this, because I'm going to put them in the oven. I preheated my oven to 400 degrees. I've got my potatoes cut up here, and I've got my skillet, my cast iron skillet, which is going to go in the oven, but you can use any pan you want as long as it's oven proof. And all we're going to do, I'm just going to take, today I'm going to use some olive oil, but you can use whatever oil you want, even bacon grease. And I'm going to just use a tablespoon of this in my, whoops, look at that, crazy old woman. I'm just going to use a tablespoon in my pan, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Alrighty, now then, I'm going to put my potatoes in there, in my skillet, and I'm going to give them a toss in 1 tablespoon of oil. And just to show you, I actually measured 1 tablespoon of oil, because that's really all it takes. Or if you want, you can spray your pan, but I seldom, if ever, have the spray stuff. So I'm just using 1 tablespoon of oil. Like I said, use any fat you want, okay? Because it's okay. Use some fat. I'm going to salt and pepper these, because salt makes food taste good, and pepper is, well, it's just good. And I have a teeny tiny bit of lemon pepper here. I don't have that much. Actually, it's just like a pinch. It's nothing. But hey, use it up. And I'm going to toss these around. I'm just going to use my hand. I'm going to toss these around in the little bit of oil that's in there. Now, with that tablespoon of oil, if I had more potatoes, I could use more. But you use as many potatoes as you want. Honestly, it's whatever you have. Just use the pan that is suitable for the quantity of your potatoes, right? Okay. All right, now this is going to go in a 400-degree oven. I'm going to set it for 10 minutes. Then I'm going to stir it around, and then I will probably cook them for another 10 minutes. And what I like to do is, I like to, at the last couple minutes, I turn my broiler on, and I just let them really crisp up, and they're awesome. Alrighty, my timer went off. I love my timer. If you don't use a timer, you should. And look, hear them sizzling? Oh, these smell really good. Now listen, don't forget, you can do as many of these as you want to. Just use a bigger pan. I'm doing this for demonstration purposes, and also because I want to eat them. So that's and now look, see how nice and crispy they are? Now there aren't that many here, and normally, and remember they're already cooked because you boiled these previously. So I'm not going to go another 10 minutes on these. If I had a bigger batch, I would. But I'm going to turn my oven off, turn the broiler on, put these on the top rack, and watch them very, very carefully, and just put them in for a few more minutes and let them get a little bit of crispiness on them. You're going to love them. Look, look, look. These are awesome. Now look here. See how nice? They're crispy, they're crunchy, they are absolutely delicious. I like to, if I'm just eating these by themselves, which I'm going to do here shortly, I just like to put them in a big bowl. And what I like to do is, I like to take some of this nutritional yeast seasoning and put that on there. This stuff is awesome. If you've never tried it, a little bit goes a long way, and you're going to love it. And especially if you've got an issue with cheese, please try this. It's absolutely wonderful. I love it, and I always try to keep some in my cupboard. Okay, listen, I love you guys. If I can do it, you can do it. You know you can. So give it a try. You're going to love these. And just boil up a pot of potatoes and keep them in your refrigerator. You're going to be glad you did. You're going to thank me. Hey, listen, I love you guys. And if I can do this, you can do this. You know you can. And you just remember that little is much when God is in it. Love ya. Hey, bye. Talk to you later.